Hello guys, I'm Super Ron, welcome back to the channel, and we're here at Autoshack for a quick little service episode because we've got this super cool, quirky little car in. It's not something you see very often anymore, and you didn't really see them when they were new. This is a 2001 Vauxhall VX220. It's the 2.2 litre, normally aspirated, and it's in today for a full service. So we can do all the plugs, all the filters, and change the oil and get this out back to the customer. At 20 years old, this is a 2001, it's a super early Y-Reg, but it still looks really futuristic. I'm a big fan of these. I've never had the chance to work on one before. We used to work on a lot of Lotus Elises, which is essentially the same car underneath, but I just think these ones look a lot cooler. This one's led a very full life. It's done nearly 90,000 miles, which in one of these is a lot. It's the customer's daily driver, so I'm sure with all those miles put on, he must not be a lover for creature comforts, because these are pretty raw and bare to the bone. So let's get this service done.
Here's all the new bits, all the filters, set of spark plugs to go in, and there's nothing in the front of these, just the radiators. The party is in the back, right in the middle here. All looking very familiar under here. Very Vauxhall. Spot a lot of familiar bits. Looks like we've got a lot of oil leaks under here. The under tray was covered. Looks the same amount as the Zafira. It's all flat floored underneath. A fun little fact on these, actually all glued together. The rivets are just for assembly, but all the aluminium chassis is glued together with this orange glue. So it must work, it's still together. It's got quite a lot of oil everywhere. But overall, it all looks okay. Looks like the oil leaks coming from the timing chain cover, because these 2.2s are timing chain. But let's get on with this oil change. I've just noticed someone in the past has had a bad day, because this sump nut has got a helicoil in it. So at some point someone stripped out the thread and had to put an insert in there. And we are all back together. That airbox was an absolute pain to get in and out. And then the new fuel filter tucked right at the back there. We're all in. So let's see if it'll fire up. We are all good. And let's plug it in and see if we can reset the service schedule, if it's got one. Opel Speedster, as the Germans call them, and all done.
So we'll take this one out for a little test drive. Like I said, at my old body shop, we had the main body contract for the local Lotus specialist, so we had tons of Lotus Elises and Lotus Exiges in for new clamshells on the front and the rear from when they got cracked and damaged in accidents. And this is basically the same as a Lotus Elise underneath. I just like these ones a lot more. Maybe that's the Vauxhall man inside me. certainly a rough ride. I don't know how these guys have done 90,000 miles in this thing. It is a real bone shaker. So it's actually hailing out there now. Just goes to show this can be used in all weathers. I think that's going to wrap this quick little episode up. But I thought I'd just film this one because you just don't see these cars anymore. I don't think I've ever seen one on the road except for like a Vauxhall show or something like that. But this one has been a daily driver for the customer. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you give it a like and be sure to tune in again because we have always got something different here. There's no telling what's going to be next on the list, but don't worry, I'll be sure to film it. So until next time, make sure you have fun.